French Bulldog in the movies. The French Bulldog has appeared in films such as Resident Alien 2021, Modern Family 2009, Fast and Furious Presence, Hobbs and Shaw 2019, The Rental 2020, What Happens Next 2011, Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan 2004. Breed standards may change over time. Both appearance standards and standards regarding breed character or working qualities may change. The works of art of the early years depict the most typical representatives of the breeds of that time. Comparing with the modern appearance of the breed, you will be able to assess how much the breed has changed over time. Also of interest are archival photographs of specific breeds, which you can find on the internet in specialized forums about the breed. Historical reference of the breed and subgroup. The French Bulldog is originally a companion dog, cheerful, affectionate and remarkably intelligent. In accordance with the classification of breeds adopted by the FCI, it belongs to the 9th group, companion dogs for protection and fun. However, it belongs to the subgroup of fighting dogs of small format. A small, funny, devoted friend, at the same time a muscular strongman, in which the blood of fighting ancestors often manifests itself quite clearly at the time of a fight, or when protecting the owner. The French Bulldog is a determined dog, very obedient and loves to please the owner. The French Bulldog is a devoted friend and family favorite. He has a sharp sense of humor, is smart and easily adapts to life in both the city and the countryside. Needs short regular walks and the ability to run off leash. However, do not overwalk in hot weather, and do not overheat the dog in the sun, as French Bulldogs do not tolerate heat well. To avoid diaper rash, it is necessary to lubricate the folds on the face with ointment. The French Bulldog is smaller in size and weight than the English Bulldog, and these dogs also vary greatly in temperament. It is generally accepted that the English Bulldog is the ancestor of the French Bulldog, but the French Bulldog has a much more complex origin. Among the ancestors in the standard are medieval Spanish Bulldogs, now extinct. In the appearance of the French Bulldog, much is inherited from the English Bulldog, especially in the structure of the body. In the middle of the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution began in England, which led to a massive migration of skilled workers to the continent, especially to France. Together with them, small-sized bulldogs, toy bulldogs, also came to France. The crossbreeding of the Burgess Bulldog with toy bulldogs brought from England, possibly also with terriers and pugs, resulted in the creation of a new breed. By the end of the 19th century, the French Bulldog had already acquired a certain external type, and began to claim the title of an independent breed. Its first owners were workers, then it became popular among prostitutes, which made it notorious. However, already at the end of the 19th century, a new breed gained popularity among artists and the aristocracy. In 1870, a club of French Bulldog lovers was created in France, and in 1903 the first exhibition was held, at which the French Bulldog was already performing as an independent breed, and not in the same ring with toy bulldogs, as it was before. 51 dogs participated in the exhibition. The first French came to England in 1893, but did not spread. At the end of 1904, the English Kennel Club recognized the breed as an independent breed. In 1995, the FCI changed the standard and approved a new fawn color. However, already at the end of the 19th century, a new breed gained popularity among artists and the aristocracy. In 1870, a club of French Bulldog lovers was created in France, and in 1903 the first exhibition was held, at which the French Bulldog was already performing as an independent breed, and not in the same ring with toy bulldogs, as it was before. 51 dogs participated in the exhibition. The first French came to England in 1893, but did not spread. At the end of 1904, the English Kennel Club recognized the breed as an independent breed. In 1995, the FCI changed the standard and approved a new fawn color. However, already at the end of the 19th century, a new breed gained popularity among artists and the aristocracy. In 1870, a club of French Bulldog lovers was created in France, and in 1903 the first exhibition was held, at which the French Bulldog was already performing as an independent breed, and not in the same ring with toy bulldogs, as it was before. 51 dogs participated in the exhibition. The first French came to England in 1893, but did not spread. At the end of 1904, the English Kennel Club recognized the breed as an independent breed. In 1995, the FCI changed the standard and approved a new fawn color, and not in the same ring with toy bulldogs, as it was before. 51 dogs participated in the exhibition. The first French came to England in 1893, but did not spread. At the end of 1904, the English Kennel Club recognized the breed as an independent breed. In 1995, the FCI changed the standard and approved a new fawn color, and not in the same ring with toy bulldogs, as it was before. 51 dogs participated in the exhibition. The first French came to England in 1893, but did not spread. At the end of 1904, the English Kennel Club recognized the breed as an independent breed. In 1995, the FCI changed the standard and approved a new fawn color. This is a small dog. Height at the withers from 24 to 34 centimeters. Weight not less than 8 kilograms, and not more than 14 kilograms. The head is large, wide, square. The skin covering it forms almost symmetrical folds. The skull is broad, almost flat between the ears, and the forehead is very convex. Superciliary ridges stand out, separated by a furrow, especially deep between the eyes. The ears are of medium length, white at the base and rounded at the ends, set high but not too close together, standing upright. The neck is short, without skin folds under the throat, powerful. The chest is wide, barrel-shaped, deep. The tail is short, low-set, thick at the base, knotted or broken from birth, tapering towards the end. The coat is short, thick, smooth and shiny. The color is brindle, fawn of different shades, spotted. Often white dogs are spotted. The French Bulldog is very strongly attached to the human family in which they live. Some breeds are strongly attached to one person, others to all members of the human family, others may have a friendly attitude towards all people in general, and the fourth may not have close ties even with the owner. The French Bulldog is strongly attached to all members of the human family in which they live. They are also quite happy with strangers. The attitude of any dog to strangers strongly depends on the breed of the pet, but even more strongly this attitude depends on the upbringing and socialization of a particular individual, while socialization in the early puppyhood of a pet is especially important in this regard. With children, the French Bulldog gets along very well. However, regardless of the dog's friendly attitude towards children, a dog of any breed should not be left alone with small children. Some breeds of dogs are more relaxed about the behavior of young children, and may not pay attention to semantics of children. However, it should be understood that dogs of all breeds, no matter how friendly they are, should be with children only under the supervision of the owner or adults, since in addition to the qualities of the breed in relation to children, there are also the individual characteristics of each dog, its upbringing and previous experience in communicating with children. Even these relationships are largely influenced by the behavior of children. With other dogs, the French Bulldog gets along well enough, and they get along well with each other, unless, of course, other dogs show similar behavior. Different breeds of dogs treat their own kind differently. Some dogs will play and interact in every possible way with dogs they meet or live with. Other breeds may try to dominate, or even attack similar four-legged ones. At the same time, the relationship between dogs can be very different from how a dog will react to people. The behavior of a dog in relation to other dogs and people depends, not only on the breed, but also on the socialization of a particular individual. Communication. French Bulldog with small pets such as hamsters, domestic rats, squirrels, chinchillas and other rodents is best to limit. Cats can get along. One of the very big advantages of the French Bulldog breed is the undemandingness of this breed to the owner's dog ownership experience. Some dog breeds are easier to keep and train, while others are more independent, and even assertive, and require an experienced owner. The French Bulldog breed is perfect for inexperienced dog owners, or even those who get a dog for the first time. Also, French Bulldogs are just great for keeping in an apartment, but keep in mind that French Bulldogs need constant contact with a person. If left alone for more than a few hours, they may experience separation anxiety. This is more common in puppies, but some dogs have a strong need for contact into adulthood. Such anxiety can lead to the habit of chewing, breaking objects in the room, as well as problems in toilet training. The quality and quantity of wool do not allow the French Bulldog to comfortably endure even a slight cold or short-term heat, and very low or high temperatures are no longer safe for a four-legged dog. Active loads should be avoided in the warm season. And in the cold season, use suitable clothing. Learning and training. All dogs can be trained, but some breeds remember and execute commands faster and more readily than other breeds. Different breeds need a different approach to training and education. Some breeds may appear to be poorly trainable or even stupid. However, in most cases, a dog breed's trainability is due to the stubborn or independent nature of the dog breeder individual. Also of great importance in the trainability of a dog is the role of what training methods the trainer uses for a particular breed. In the book The Intelligence of Dogs, published in 1994 and written by University of British Columbia Vancouver psychology professor Stanley Coren, the French Bulldog is ranked 58 out of 80 in terms of learning ability. In this regard, the breed stands next to such breeds as the Pug, the Brussels Griffon and the Maltese. In Professor Stanley Coren's book, the French Bulldog is located in the group dogs with below average learning ability. Mastering a new team from 40 to 80 repetitions. Execution of the command from the first time, in 30% of cases and above. The disadvantage of this scale of learning ability, by the author's own admission, is a strong dependence on the ability to obedience and command execution, for example, for working or service dogs, and its weak connection with understanding and creativity, for example, hunting dogs. As a result, some breeds rank lower on the list because of their stubborn or independent nature, which does not make them weakly intelligent or untrainable. Tendency to bark. Among other things, breeds differ in the level of noise, or rather, in the frequency of their barking. Some breeds can bark all the time without stopping, and never get tired of barking at every stranger or strange dog that passes by your house or by herself. Other breeds bark only on business, when it is necessary in her opinion, and still others can only give a voice in exceptional cases. French Bulldog can be attributed to the second group described above. This breed will definitely not bother you and your neighbors with unreasonable barking. The desire to gnaw and taste everything is common to puppies of all breeds, but as adults, different breeds have varying degrees of propensity to explore the world with their teeth. The French Bulldog is prone to such pranks. Activity and energy level. According to the level of charge and activity, breeds can also be divided into active and calm or even lazy. An active dog will require constant walks, training and frequent mental stimulation from you. Calm and less energetic dogs will be happy with short walks around the house and will gladly share your desire to lie on the couch at home. This feature should be taken into account when choosing a pet, since the unfulfilled needs of an active animal will be realized at home on the things and objects of your home. The amount of energy in the dog also determines with what desire and for how long the dog will play games with you or with your child under your supervision. The French Bulldog is an active dog. Temperament is balanced, agile. Dogs are brave, smart, friendly to people. The French Bulldog does not have a strong need for exercise, but they do require daily walks. In addition, many breeds have an innate desire to chase moving objects and animals. The degree of this desire may vary from breed to breed. If this innate instinct is highly developed in a dog, you need to carefully monitor the pet during a walk and keep it on a leash, since any moving object can provoke the dog to chase, even if it is a car that can harm the animal. At such moments, the dog can disobey the call of the owner and switch all your attention to the moving target. In addition, such breeds pose an additional danger to small domestic animals and birds. The French Bulldog is not inclined to chase any moving object. Passion for vagrancy and love of freedom. Some breeds have a tendency to cover long distances on their fours, for which they were bred, so these dogs, following their instinct, will not miss the opportunity to escape from you and run a couple of kilometers, despite your calls. Sled dogs, hounds and bloodhounds are mainly inclined to such walks. The French Bulldog generally does not have this habit. Tendency to drool. The amount of saliva produced depends on the characteristics of the breed. Some breeds salivate, so much that they can leave marks on the carpet, on the sofa, on the floor and on you. Other breeds also salivate, but this happens in much less quantities. Contrary to popular belief, healthy French Bulldogs produce little saliva. The amount of hair that French Bulldogs leave behind is about the same as most dogs. The amount of dog hair in your home and on your clothes depends a lot on what breed you choose. Some breeds shed all year round, others only seasonally, others hardly shed. This characteristic of the breed can be important depending on where you plan to keep the pet, whether members of your family are allergic to animal hair, and how important it is to you in general. Dog care. Some breeds may require a lot of grooming and attention due to co-characteristics, muzzle shape, habitat, or the general health of the breed. The French Bulldog is a small dog breed. Like any other breed, they require a balanced diet. They may be prone to food allergies and require careful selection of the diet of both commercial and natural foods. French Bulldogs are short-haired and require grooming only during periods of shedding. The skin fold on the muzzle should be monitored. It should be kept clean and dry to avoid accumulation of moisture in it and the occurrence of dermatitis. Like most dogs, the French Bulldog needs to be bathed from time to time, but most of the time there should be enough brushing to ensure that the hair oil is evenly distributed throughout the coat and retains its natural sheen. General health of the breed on a 10-point scale. The general health of dogs of this breed, and the possibility of the appearance of genetic diseases in them can be assessed on a 10-point scale of 3 points. As a result of selective breeding, French Bulldogs suffered disproportionately from health problems. The brachycephaly of skull malformations has been enhanced by selective selection, leading to the emergence of brachycephalic obstructive airway syndrome. Therefore, many French Bulldogs often choke, sticking out their tongue even with minor efforts such as walking. The brachycephalic syndrome causes them multiple side effects such as difficulty breathing, including snoring and loud breathing. In 2013, a British medical study looked at the health of 2,228 French Bulldogs under veterinary care in the UK. The study found that 72% of these French Bulldogs had at least one health problem. The most common reported disorders were ear infections, diarrhea and conjunctivitis. Skin problems were the most commonly reported group of disorders. The UK Breed Research Report puts the French Bulldog's average lifespan at 8 to 10 years, while the UK Breed Club suggests an average of 12 to 14 years. According to the AKC, the French Bulldog has a lifespan of 11 to 13 years.